Blackburn Rovers started their Championship away days with a trip down to London to take on Fulham, with a couple of ex-Rovers on duty to cause us many problems. I'll tell you how it ended next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match review. This time we are taking apart Blackburn Rovers' opening away day down at Fulham, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe and keep your bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, world football. We're going to all here. I don't want roof skis. We're on the road, folks. This is actually, I'm in a hotel, so yeah, you're going to capture me off guard a little bit, but I'm still reporting my duty as a die-hard Rovers fan on the road as we travel 6,000 miles in 2 weeks. Bonkers. In a car. But that's enough about me. What we want to hear is all about Rovers, boys and girls. So let's break apart the game, shall we? Okay, folks, so let's take a look at the match stats. Now, for my usual source of getting the data, whoscored.com, it was not actually showing much correct stats. So we've got a bit about this, a bit of a weird way. So quick look at the shots here. 13 shots for Fulham, 10 for Rovers on the day. 3 on target for Fulham, and 2 of those in the back of the net. So clinical was Fulham. Rovers not getting anything on target. Possession-wise, it was dominated by the home team, 59%. All in all, 41% for Rovers. As you can see here, passes. There was only 6 passes, according to the stats here, which is completely false as well. Pass accuracy also off. So I think it looks like a little bit of skew-if data from knocking around a little bit over this game. The goals, I've kind of blitzed over that. Obviously, Justin Bieber lookalike Tom Cairney, also ex-Rover. 35 minutes on the clock. Screamer. Wait till those highlights come out and see that one. Obviously, he learned all that at Ewood Park when he was playing for us, boys and girls. And then Alexander Mitrovic within the last 10 minutes, sticking in the back of the net to make it 2-0. Now, continuing the stats here, 16 fouls by Rovers. Now, again, I'm taking these with a pinch of salt because the pass statistic could be a little bit off. So the rest may also be a little less. So 16 fouls for Rovers, 7 for Fulham, 2 offsides, 5 corners apiece. Look at the starting lineups. Bentanelli was between the sticks for Fulham. Bryan at left back. Ream, Mawson and Adoy was your right back. Cavallero, Cairney, Johansson and Knockaert with your attacking midfield, with Harry Arter making a debut at defensive mid, and Alexander Mitrovic up top. As for Rovers, Christian Walton between the sticks. Amari Bell, Derek Williams, Tonson Adebayo got his first start for Rovers. He did okay. Elliot Bennett at right back once again. So he actually did have a better performance this time out compared to the match day 1 against Charlton, but it just shows how frail we are in defence, with Nyambe not getting a chance to start. We're playing Derek Williams at centre back, which is fair enough. But you know, I don't think we did ourselves justice in the transfer window, letting Charlie Mulgrew go and bringing in a left back, a decent left back at that, but not really strengthening centre back. Bradley Johnson, obviously pairing Lewis Travis in the middle of the park. Bradley Dack, Armstrong, Joe Rothwell, and Sam Gallagher up top. So a quick look at my match stats for you now, or my match ratings. What we got here: Christian Walton with a 5, Amari Bell with a 5, Williams with a 6. Tosin Adebayo with a 6, Elliot Bennett with a 6, Bradley Johnson also with a 6, Lewis Travis with a 5, Dacky Boy with a 5, Rob with a 5, Armstrong 6, and Gallagher 6. Yes, it's a little bit hot, one or the other, but I could only watch using my cell phone, and the quality wasn't the greatest, so you know, I could only make out what I could make out. Now, quickly break down those stats a little bit more for you. Obviously, we talked about the possession a little bit. The shots: 13 for Fulham, 10 for Rovers, 3 on target for Fulham, 0 for Rovers, 7 according to this off target for Rovers, 8 for Fulham. 3 of those were blocked, and so 2 were blocked for Fulham as well. Clear-cut chances: nobody really had a clear-cut chances. It looks like 100% crosses were completed by Fulham. Only 76.9% of all our crosses were completed. No real successful dribbles. Both of us had 5 corners as well. They were caught offside twice. Rovers just the once. We recovered the ball 10 times compared to their 7. As for passing, it was 50-50. Attacking in the third, 100% success rate by Fulham, 87.5 for Rovers. 2 key passes as well by Fulham to break us apart, 0 for us. As for the tackles, again, these numbers look a little bit skew. 3 blocks for Fulham, 2 for Rovers. 4 clearances, 2 for us, 1 headed clearance as well. Goalkeeping, just 1 save by Christian Walton on the day. As for fouls, 16 committed by Rovers, 7 for Fulham. Fouls 1, and basically those numbers flip-flop, and we got 2 yellow cards as well. Quick look at what else went on this weekend in the Championship. Leeds and Nottingham Forest battled out to a 1-1 draw. Hull continued their okay start to the season, 2-1 victory over Reading. West Brom Millwall duked it out also to a 1-1 draw. There was another draw between Derby and Swansea. That was a 0-0. Charlton, 2 wins on the spin, beating Stoke at home 3-1. Cardiff, 2-1 victories over Luton. Preston got back to winning ways, spanking Wigan 3-0 at Deepdale. Sheffield Wednesday also top of the pops, 2-0 for them against Barnsley. Obviously the Fulham game, Rovers void, let's not talk about it. QPR unbeaten as well, 1-1 draw with Huddersfield, and Birmingham also picking up the point against Bristol. And then Brentford picking up an away day victory against Middlesbrough. And this is what the situation looks like in the table. Sheffield Wednesday, Charlton, the 2 teams with 100% records. As for the bottom, as 3 teams are duking it out, but right now we are in the worst case scenario. We are bottom, 24th in the table. Stoke and Reading also have 0 points on the board. In the playoff spots as it stands, it's Leeds, QPR, West Brom and Derby. Quick look at next weekend's fixtures for you. Huddersfield take on Fulham. That's on a Friday night match. Luton, West Brom, Forest against Birmingham. Millwall against Sheffield Wednesday. Wigan against Leeds. The game of the weekend, though, is of course at Ewood Park. Rovers against Middlesbrough. Stoke City taking on Derby. Barnsley against Charlton. Bristol City against QPR. Swansea against Preston. Brentford against Hull. And Reading against Cardiff. And a quick look at the top goal scorer right here, right now. A couple of boys on 2 goals in 2 games. Hernandez from Leeds, Lawrence for Derby, Taylor at Charlton, and Grant at Huddersfield. And Damian Johnson is the top assist maker alongside Johnny Williams at Charlton. Any red cards? Just the 1 red card, and that's Kieran Westwood at Sheffield Wednesday. So here's a little bit what I had to say about the match. What did the gaff have to say about the match? Here's Tony Mowbray with his thoughts after the final whistle.
2-0 defeat. I think there wasn't much in the game. I think it could have been a game we easily won 2-0. The frustration is that we weren't clinical enough, I suppose, at taking our opportunities, particularly first half. You know, a statistic I've just seen one that we don't think we worked their goalkeeper, and yet we had plenty of opportunities to work their goalkeeper and score goals today, but it didn't happen. So. And ultimately we got punished. I mean, Cairney, we know Cairney's left foot can be, magical at times, and he put one in the top corner. I'm not sure much we could have done about it, to be honest. Second goal was a bit frustrating because the game was very, very scrappy and there was nothing in it really. Whereas first half I thought we were the dominant team and probably deserved to score and coming in front, and yet we found ourselves 1-0 down. As I say, second half was scrappy, not much in it, and people who haven't seen the game, watch the game, might think 2-0 pretty academic for home victory 2-0, but it was never that case. It was never that easy. I think it was a game, as I said, I think we could have easily won that 2-0 today, but it's done now. We have to move on. We have to keep the standards and the levels high, and the results will come, I'm sure. I think all the first half it worked, didn't it? I mean, bottom line, I think it was very dominant performance from us first half. I know we went in 1-0 down, Cairney out in isolation, put one in the top corner, but apart from that I don't really remember any shots at our goal or efforts at our goal or any pressure being built up. And this is against a team that a lot of the pundits have got as 1 or 2 automatic promotion this year, and so there's the positives for us. Coming here away from home and dominating for long spells. I felt first half. Second half, I think it was just a bit of a scrappy game. I don't think they got on top. I don't think we were clinical enough, and then a few niggles, a few knocks, a few stoppages, a few substitutions. The game petered out really. He's got a knee injury. He's picked up a knock in training. It's a bit of fluid on the back of his knee. Wait and see. Let's see if it settles down by Monday. Let's wait and see. Nyambi's got concussion, otherwise obviously he would have been involved today as well, but but listen, that said, I think defensively we were pretty solid today. We didn't did they create many chances? Did Tossin and Derek Williams deal with them pretty well? I think so. I think Bennett was very good today. I think Amari stuck at his job against one of the standout players in this league, probably in knockout. So I thought generally the game plan worked pretty well. It's just frustrating that we didn't get any reward from all the hard work we put in. Listen, Tossin's aim is to get in Man City's first team, and if you're going to get in Man City's first team, you're going to have to be one of the best 4 or 5 centre-halves in the world. And whilst that's a big ask for the kid, of course, he's only a young boy, but you could see his quality, his power, his speed, his passing ability, his composure. I think it was one moment. What he has to make sure is he doesn't get too casual, of course, because he finds the game pretty comfortable and easy, I think, and so he got caught possession once, I think, but I think he handled the game pretty well against, as I say, what you could say is a Premier League centre forward in Mitrovic. So yeah, I mean, defensively we were good today, and yet we've lost the game 2-0, and it's a frustration. It was a frustration last Saturday, and yet we've got a lot of firepower in our team, and I think the team will undoubtedly score goals this year. As I said, I was right behind 2 headers from Gallagher that they're going in, but they drift a yard past the post rather than inside the post with the goalkeeper nowhere. I think Armstrong was a huge thorn in their side for staff and got into some great positions. Just wasn't to be today, and so, but yeah, we know we have to punish teams more when we're on top like we were, and unfortunately it didn't happen today. No, he was coming off anyway. Yeah. But listen, I don't think he probably under par today. I think he set his standards the last 6-7 games of last season where he was fantastic for us, and he just has to get up to speed, I think, that's all. He's a fantastic footballer who's amazingly fast and got quick feet, and he just has to get up to speed, and he'll get game time and opportunity to do that. But we do have Armstrong and Brereton and Downing and Graham and Gallagher and Dak, so there's competition there for them all, and they have to work really hard to try and enforce their way in the team.
There you heard what the gaffers had seen, but a little bit what I've had to say. Now, what about the opposition fans? Well, we've got Matthew Baldwin with his thoughts coming at you.
Oh, I got some things right, I got some things wrong, and I'm quite glad that I got the thing I got wrong. I got it wrong. I didn't think we'd keep a clean sheet, but we did. So all credit to the team. Credit to Blackburn, as well, because they create a couple of chances that a more potent team like a Leeds or a Derby or Huddersfield or one of the teams that came down with us somewhere near the top of the table would have put away. So obviously there's some concern there, but to keep a clean sheet is obviously good for confidence, and I just didn't have enough faith in them. And yeah, no complaint. In regards to our goals, what more can I say? I did say in the preview that Tom Cairney was going to be the danger man, but I didn't quite expect him to be as dangerous as he was in the manner that he was. We saw him score plenty of goals from distance when we were in the Championship. So the fact, and it sort of went away last year when we're in the Premier League. So it's good to see that he still has that in his locker, and he can produce it every now and again. So hopefully we get to see more of that over the course of the season. And in regards to Mitrovic, what more can you say? Fantastic centre forward play. Wasn't exactly the most difficult of goals, but he made it look easy, and that's all we can really say. I sort of give credit to Blackburn. They gave a hell of a fight, and I think there's enough there for me to think that they're not going to be battling relegation. Probably not going to be making a challenge for the playoffs either, but still nothing to worry about, as it were. And the clean sheet, we're going into a game against Huddersfield on Friday night. So we're going to need that confidence going into that game, because we very rarely do well on the road, apart from the season when we went up. So hopefully we can take the confidence from today and turn it into another set of 3 points.
Meanwhile, we also had other Rovers fans chomping at the bit with this one. Philip Lingard, he has his coverage right here, right now.
So, another defeat. Although this one was, quite honestly, an awful lot better than last week. I think Mowbrays set the team up well, and we were, in the end, very competitive against Fulham, but sunk by a worldie from Tom Cairney, and from, at the end, a goal where they got lucky when Bennett fell over his feet, and it was a tap-in. Overall, I thought Mowbray set up the team well. Probably the game swung after 20 seconds when Johnson didn't score an absolutely fantastic opportunity. We pressed well up Park, and I thought that Tosin Adarabioyo looked a fabulous addition. Williams played much better than I expected. Bennett and Bell much better than last week. Travers obviously very reliable in the centre of the park. The real disappointment was Adam Armstrong, to be honest. He just didn't deliver at all when we were in great positions. One positive towards the end was the way Brereton strong-armed his way through 3 Fulham players. I mean, last season he would never have done that, so well done to Ben Brereton for bulking up. Referee was atrocious, absolutely atrocious, probably cost us at least 4 goal scoring opportunities through really bad decision making. So there we are, bottom of the league, but actually not calling for Mowbrays' head, and reason for hope.
If you're catching this on the fly, if you want to be a Blackburn Rovers fan or opposition supporter for the upcoming Blackburn Rovers games, get in touch with me, whether it is on the old chat section down below or follow me over on Twitter at Rovers Season. DM me that way. Let me know that you want to become the fan of the week, and I'll get in touch so we can schedule a chat via Skype. But those were those guys. What about the people on social media? I'm sure there's probably very, very many vocal folk out there, so let's take a little look. There, the one and only Deuce said this: how many Rovers fans were expecting us to go to Craven Cottage and get 3 points? I was praying we'd get 1, but expected nothing. Thought we'd give a decent account of ourselves against promotion favourites, and we're a bit unlucky. Charlton, okay, that sucked. Fulham, nah, chin up. Chris Martin said this: nothing decided the first 2 weeks of the season. Just because we're bottom now doesn't mean we're going to stay there and get battered every week, unless you're a team managed by Owen Cole. We just need a win to kickstart our campaign. Once we get that, who knows? Northern Rover said this: Rovers have picked up 19 points for the last 57. It is bizarre that we got to just outside the top 6 and suddenly had this massive drop off. TM now under pressure because he hasn't spent the money we have wisely to address our weaknesses. Borough a big game and hope we win. Mike Delap said this: the good news is that Daki's looking more like his old self today. Endless closing down, twists and turns. If only those around him were anywhere near as classy/productive. Becky said this: just realised I've made peace with our defence being that bad. We let 2 goals in, and it's our attack that I'm frustrated with. Meanwhile, an old friend of the show, Ian Herbert, said this: but the last time we lost the first 3, and he goes on to show the losses against Norwich, losses against Wigan, loss against Cardiff, and that was, of course, the relegation season under the gaffer, ex-gaffer, should I say, the 6-fingered mongoloid Owen Coyle. But on the flip side, Jack Earnshaw said this: I think we all remember the last time that we lost the first 2 games of the season, and that was obviously our promotion season from League One. That's pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos every single day, folks. And we are now focusing on Middlesbrough. Hopefully they get our first point on the board, and hopefully our first official goal, because I think the goal that we scored against Charlton was a big fat OG. So we're still looking. Obviously the Mowbrays era didn't start particularly well, and the third kit didn't start particularly well either. But yeah, I thought we played good. I thought it was definitely an improved performance. We just didn't take our chances, and Fulham did. They looked a little bit sheepish in the first 25-30 minutes. Rovers, I think they dominated possession, dominated creating the chances. They just couldn't put it. They couldn't put it on target to trouble the keeper. And there was a handful. It was a good handful of chances. And obviously Fulham grew with confidence after getting their noses in front. And they obviously have a Premier League team here. They did spend millions upon millions last season in the Premier League, but to little to no avail, obviously, because they got themselves relegated. But anyway, each to their own. And obviously, right here, right now, not pretty reading with the table with us rock bottom. It's kind of a bit of karma for me, because I actually predicted Sheffield Wednesday to be bottom at the end of the season and Rovers to be further up the table. But we'll see what it is in 46 games time or 44 more games time. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get you out of here. Thumbs up, subscribe. Ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.